Hi, this is Daniel Posney, and this is Shifting Perspectives. And this talk is about the differences between these four main titles of some kind of counselor or therapist. So you've got counselor, therapist, shaman, and life coach. And then you've got psychics and things beyond that. But I just wanted to cover those four. I guess the reason why I'm kind of going in is because I've kind of struggled over the years of what to call myself because I'm sort of a mixture of therapy and counseling and life coach and shamanism. So it kind of caused me to kind of look at those and say, well, okay, what are they? And what's the difference between those? And part of the difference is that certain titles, certain roles, let's just call them roles, like a shaman would go in very deeply into something. It would be kind of different than what you've ever heard. And it's not, he doesn't come up with, or she doesn't come up with the 5 steps to enlightenment or the 5 categories of something. That's more of a life coaching kind of thing where there's a certain structure to it and people get certified in life coaching. And a lot of that, from what I've seen, is they know these certain steps, a certain categories, and certain 5 ways of da da da. And it's very more structured that way. Whereas a shaman isn't structured at all. And the shaman was more going into feeling and intuition and able to, in a very general way, to go into different energies or different dimensions of consciousness. And don't think that's too crazy because we do that all the time. We go into different levels of consciousness depending on where our awareness is. And maybe we do that in a dream time, or we're always kind of tapping into those kind of things. It's just that a shaman, that's his or her main tool of expertise. When you get into counseling, the way I've seen counseling is it's more like marriage counseling or relationship counseling, and more like they're counseling two people and we're talking about things and trying to get a different understanding of things. And here's what you can try, that kind of thing. Therapy is more um, psychology based, more defining what the cause is or what the label is or what the diagnosis is, and then working from that diagnosis and finding out what that person can do to get on the other end of that. And I find that a lot of people that are looking for a therapist, they usually call them my therapist, just like they call them my shaman. But the people that are looking for a therapist, they've got things that are can be kind of distracted by addictions and alcohol and drugs and those kind of things, or that are layered over with medications. And a therapist will come in and prescribe some kind of medication to kind of reduce the effects of that, or the suffering effects of that. That's kind of what I've seen, and I know that doesn't really say what a therapist is, but that's kind of been my experience. Is a therapist is kind of pulling out of me things that I need to know more about myself and to help me to understand myself a little bit better, um, but not necessarily fix the thing right now. That's where a shaman, or I guess someone that's a kind of a combination of shaman and life coach like myself, I don't want to spend a lot of time mulling over things. I want to go right to the issue, and then if the person is open to it, then we get on to long-term programs so that we can kind of get into accountability and further advancement in their spiritual enlightenment, in their awakening. So when I see the shaman, the life coach, the counselor, and the therapist, they all have specific purposes. And I guess that's why I see myself as a blend of those. The life coach is someone that will kind of coach you through this certain problem or through this certain, your parts of your life, or maybe it's a business coach. So it's more of a not one and done, and it's more of an extended program so that you can kind of develop yourself into a new version of yourself. So you have this certain goal in mind that I want to improve my life or have a better relationship or have a better business. And as a coach that's done his or her own work on that, and they can coach you through what they've already done. Um, that's kind of see where when I see a really good coach, um, and I'm in that. that I still feel myself as a really good coach in that area because I'm coaching something that I've already done myself. So I kind of not doing it from any theory or from book reading, but I've done it from a mixture of all that, but mainly from direct experience. So, and the shaman, I hear a lot of people looking for a shaman. They'll come to Sedona and they say, "I need to find a shaman," and what they're really looking for is maybe different than that. They they think that it's saying the word shaman or looking for a shaman, that the shaman's going to get right down to it and solve their problems. And sometimes the people that are looking for a shaman don't know how to work on it themselves. But the shaman will go in there and see the kind of the core energy of what's going on, and then do some kind of a ritual or ceremony or um, affirmation or something to kind of um, pull that out of their body or out of their field. But I'm not really sold on that. I know that people that do shamanic work, there's a deeper understanding of things. It's more of a mystical view of things. And but just the shaman alone, I feel like there's more that's required than just a shamanic practice or a shaman to come in and do a ceremony around that. Because you see it all the time, really, when you see people go to Amazon or go to do an ayahuasca ceremony. If they don't do their own work around it, the shaman's work is lost. So that's why I feel like it's a great blend of shamanism, life coaching, counseling, and therapy to work through any emotional trauma kind of thing. So if you can get that kind of package, you're getting all of them together. But any one of those by themselves is kind of missing something to kind of further the advancement of that. I think that's all I got on that. Just I wanted to kind of explain the differences between that and where you're drawn to attract that person in your life, whether it's a shaman or a therapist or whatever. It's kind of a blend of how you are, what you kind of look for. If you're a kind of person that's more straight, just give me, I just need to know what's going on with me, without any fluff, without any spiritualism, that kind of thing, then don't go to a shaman. But if you're a person that wants to kind of get a more expanded, deeper story about where you came from and where this suffering came from, then a shaman might be the best thing for you. But again, blending those things together is probably in my mind, is the best thing that's worked for me. I've had therapy myself. I've had relationship counseling myself. I've had my own life coaching, and I've had my own experience with shamanism. So there's just a little piece in each one of those that serves a purpose. So thank you. That's all I got. Hope you have a most blessed day, and thank you for watching and listening.